Is mobile gaming the future? This is The Q. I'm Belligerent. Welcome in, everybody. Believe this is episode 10. Holidays got me a little mixed up. Missed an episode. We're going to try and make some of those up for you soon. We also talked about doing Silly Saturday, and, it's just Thanksgiving weekend, so a bunch of stuff got scrambled up. We will get back to our regularly scheduled program as quickly as possible. But mobile gaming and the direction it's going, I'm liking it. Vainglory was really probably the first major title that I know about that kind of showed that you could bring a full-fledged game into the mobile genre. Before it was things like Angry Birds or Candy Crush or pick another of these million match games. So, and now we're starting to see some new fuller experience games coming to mobile. I want to talk about a couple that I have recently interacted with in the past, few days, week, whatever. Besides Vainglory, we have some of the other MOBAs that have been out there. Obviously everybody knows about Arena of Valor, and before that, all the ones they sued, the Mobile Legends and things of that nature. I'm not personally a huge fan of the other mobile MOBA games that I have come across. I think Arena of Valor has some potential, but control-wise and things like that, I just really don't like it for a MOBA game. It's really difficult to do. So we won't stick on there too much. We're moving on. But most recently, the two that at least I have been exposed to, I don't know if these are the two newest on the market, but the two that I have been exposed to that are kind of full title games would be Lineage 2 Revolution. It is a MMORPG type game, kind of like a World of Warcraft and stuff like that if you're not familiar with it. And the other one that I will talk about today is Rules of Survival, which is kind of a PUBG type game. Some people have called it a blatant PUBG ripoff, whatever it is. I've never played PUBG. I have seen it played, but I've never played it. But it's basically the same thing, kind of the Hunger Games type game that you're talking about there. So I wasn't too impressed with Lineage. It did look like it had some promise, but just wasn't for me, which isn't a big surprise. I never got into World of Warcraft either, and I don't know the auto quest, which I know that you can turn off, and I understand kind of the pros and cons to it and how some of the MMORPG players hate the monotony of running around and having to level up your hero. However, in my experience, the auto quest isn't really that auto. It's like every 30 seconds or so, you got to push another button to forward the quest. And so, okay, I get to sit around and do nothing or whatever, but it's not like I can just turn the game on, set it down, and work on my homework or something. You have to pay attention to it. You have to watch it. You have to push the next button to make progress in the conversation or accept the next quest or whatever. So I may go back to Lineage and give it some more, give it another opportunity. I didn't really give it a fair shake, but not really my style of game. I used to like RPGs a lot, but the whole, I don't know, the MMORPG thing just never quite did it for me. I like more of a story with those types of games, more so than just kind of aimless wandering. And maybe you get it, I don't know. I could never get into World of Warcraft or anything like that. Lineage 2 didn't seem to do it for me. So let's move on to rules of engagement here. I've never been a huge fan of PUBG as a viewer. Now, I've never played the game. I know it's available on Steam, I believe, for the Mac, but it's a $30 game, and it never interested me enough to want to spend $30 on it. I did actually download, what's the new one? God, why am I drawing a blank? what's the more cartoony one of PUBG? Fortnite. Yeah, Fortnite. I actually did download that one. However, in my current situation, where I'm staying and things of that nature, the internet speed just isn't quite up to par, so it's almost unplayable for me. Uh, I'm not a huge mouse and keyboard person, which is another reason that I never really get into those computer games. Um, I've just never been able to do the whole mouse and keyboard thing, and it just didn't work for me. But did try uh, Rules of Engagement. Rules of Engagement. God, I'm an idiot. Rules of Survival, which is again a PUBG type game. Actually, have the video playing in the background of this podcast. Saw my friends from the other podcast I do, Time for Rolling, post some screenshots of their successes of the game, which kind of piqued my interest there. So I downloaded it, and it's a mobile game, and I like mobile games, and I really wonder if mobile is the direction that everything's headed in. I don't think that mobile will ever replace console gaming, and it'll never replace PC gaming, I'm sure. But can it start to take a large chunk of the market? Becomes the question. And we're just now starting to get into it. I think it's going to take some really creative developers to make a full-fledged game, but more importantly, really, really think through the controls and build a new engine for those controls or whatever it is that you do to make a video game. Because some of these virtual joystick games drive me crazy. It just doesn't work for me on mobile. That's like Arena of Valor. Like, I like the premise of Arena of Valor. I like how many heroes they have. I like the 5v5 nature of it. I like some of the fighting, but just the controls. Like, if Arena of Valor had Vainglory type controls, it would just blow Vainglory out of the water at the moment. That can all change with the 5v5, but Arena of Valor has a ton of heroes and things of that nature. But I can't get past the virtual joystick thing and the ability aiming and the attack. It just doesn't work for me. Rules of Engagement, kind of borderline as far as that goes. For me, because it's not it's not really a a fast-paced like shooter game like a Call of Duty or something like that. I can kind of deal with the virtual joystick and the wonky mobile controls. And to be honest, I can't think of a much better way to do it on this type of game. So, but I actually kind of enjoy the Rules of Survival game. I do. If you like PUBG and you want a mobile version of it, you should give it a shot. I really enjoy it. I like playing this one better on my phone than my iPad, as where like with Vainglory, I like playing on my iPad better than my phone. The downside to Rules of Survival is they haven't figured out, it doesn't seem anyway, and it seems to be in a very, very early stage process, so we're going to go through some growing pains with this game, I'm sure, but it feels like they haven't quite figured out the syncing, account sync issue. I don't know. So like you're supposed to be able to sync it with a Facebook account type thing, but when I hooked it up to my Facebook account and on my phone, well, first when you download it onto your iPad, your game is automatically bound to your Game Center account, which I didn't know. And then you can't unbind it once it's bound to an account. So I can't obviously sync my Game Center account with my Android phone. So the first account that I was playing on was kind of foobarred. So then I created a new account on both devices, link them to my Facebook so I could, kind of keep my rank and stuff like that. And then when I went to go back to the iPad, it kept telling me to create a new character. I don't know. They have some account syncing issues, but if you only play on one device, then you won't have to worry about it. I'm just going to, for now, go ahead with 2 different accounts on each device, depending on which one I'm playing on. I prefer playing on the phone, but if I want to record and put, videos of it or whatever on YouTube or whatnot, then I need to do it on my iPad. So yeah, I'm really excited about the direction that the mobile gaming is starting to go. Let me know what you think. Let me know if there's any new games on mobile that you're a fan of. Full title type games. Serious players, not Angry Birds, not Candy Crush, not that type of stuff. Kind of like a full title type game. Although I guess I could see some people saying like PUBG isn't really a full title. It's more of a, because to me it's just the same thing over and over again. It's like in the old days anyway, before there became all this like secondary market and stuff, way for you to buy things. Like the PUBG thing would be like it would be like a secondary game mode to a main game, and now it's just the whole entire game. So anyway, let me know what you like. Hit me up on Twitter at belligerent_VG. And again, if you like what you're listening to, send me some ideas. I had somebody hit me up in Twitter yesterday, give me lots of good ideas. So you'll see some of those coming up on our upcoming podcast. Thanks for sticking with us. Sorry that we're missing a couple episodes here and there because of the holiday week and weekend and things like that. We're going to catch up some coming up here. So, yeah, talk to us. Like, comment, subscribe on the YouTube. You can find us on iTunes. Also, hit me up on Curious Cat. And remember, if you do ask me a question on the Curious Cat thing, I will not always answer you right away, and sometimes that's because I want to think about the answer. I don't just want to give you a crap answer. So if you don't get an answer right away, just know that I am getting to it. Or sometimes I see them while I'm at work or whatever, and I don't have enough time. But anyway, I am Belligerent. This was episode 10. You've been listening to The Q. Have a good day.